Hello, I'm your host K1D Comment, and welcome to my series I like to call Half-Ass Reviews, the series in which I review a game in which I'm only halfway done with. And this week I'm covering Marvel's newest free 6v6 hero shooter, going by titles such as Marvel's Overwatch, the Overwatch Killer, and my personal favorite, Mr. Stereo Community and Players. I present to you Marvel Rivals. In the infamous words of Peter Parker, with great power comes great responsibility. You may be wondering what I'm even talking about. Easy. This game is going to be responsible for the death of Overwatch. And before you start typing, "Why? My waifu Tracer will never be dethroned. I will fight for my queen until my last night." Relax, B. Relax. Tracer isn't real, my man. And if she was, she wouldn't be fucking you because she's a lesbian. Like, I know you're confused because all the BBC should be sucking on squirting like a super circle all on Widowmaker's dick. All that to say that Marvel Rivals is coming for Overwatch freakiness, cause they already came for the community, and when I say they came, I mean they came. Hyperspermia. Using Steam DB, we can see player count on various games, so let's take a look at them. As of right now, you can see Marvel Rivals is rocking with a cool 250,000 plus players at the moment, with it peaking just under 500,000 players in the last 24 hours. Now, compared to Overwatch 2, who's struggling to get 30,000 ever since Rivals dropped, this shit's barely beating out Counter-Strike. And no, I'm not talking about Counter-Strike Go 2 or CSGO 2. No. That's pushing over a million players, beating both games. I'm talking about the OG Counter-Strike. Like the shit, look at this. The shit look like a PS2 game. Maybe because the shit came out the same year as the PS2. I digress. Overwatch is barely beating it out. Now, does that mean it's about to close like tomorrow? No. What do you think this is? Suicide Squad killed the Justice League? So, you may be wondering, if the game has all of this responsibility, where did it get its power from? AKA its origins. And that's easy. For me, because I don't fucking know. See, this game was developed and published by NetEase. They made and published games such as Rules of Survival, Identity V, Life After, Marvel Super War, Diablo Immortal, Naraka Blade Point, Once Human. That they're making Where Wins Me? I ain't gonna lie, all the games they make are either free to play, rip off of other games, or a combination of both. I just don't know what they do. But what I do know is how I'm going to review this game, and that is up to my standards for breakdowns, being story, world, gameplay, and comic. Starting off with story. The story of Marvel Rivals is an interesting one, because it sees the merciless clash between tyrannical dictator Dr. Doom and his future counterpart from the year 2099 has forced countless universes to collide in a time stream entanglement, creating new worlds and crises unknown. Now, superheroes and villains from across the multiverse must fight together and against one another as desperate groups each seek to best both dooms, before one achieves domination of these realities. Familiar faces becomes newfound foes, while former enemies become the greatest of allies in Marvel Rivals. Now, if that sounded forced, or struggle, or like a paid promotion, it wasn't. Just look at my sub count. It was taken from Marvel Rivals website. Wanna know why I had to take it from them? Cause there ain't no fucking story to speak about. It's not that type of game. Now, there is unlockable that does give more context to the story / characters that is in the game, but I'm gonna speak on that just a little later. Oh, also, I'm not reading the fucking comic coming out for these games, for the storyline. I'm sorry, I'm not. Thankfully, with the game lacks in story, it makes up for in other aspects. And since this game was made with the help of Marvel, and you know, they know how to make multiple universes that you give a damn about, they kind of do what they do best. If you don't know what I'm talking about the world. See, the world of Marvel Rivals was one that takes from various forms of Marvel media. There is a total of 8 maps derived from 5 locations, being the Yeager's Path, the Royal Palace, Shin Shibuya, Spider Island, Burin T'Challa, Hall of Daji, Symbiotic Surface, and Hell's Heaven. And these are all based off of the 5 locations, being Ysgard, aka Asgard, I think, Tokyo 2099, Intergalactic Empire Wakanda, Kleintar, and a Hydra base. And as a bonus, these maps are breakable. Oh, it has environmental damage. I mean, you can destroy walls, walkways, cover, allowing you to change your flow of combat. Now, is it like Battlefield? Hell no. But it is important to remember, albeit I do have a minor problem with it. I'll discuss later. I don't think I'm gonna bring it up. So, one thing I don't like is that the shit grows back like mid-fight. The cover comes back. Something I just didn't like. Now, with all that being said, there isn't a ton of maps, and it goes almost double given the fact that certain maps are only used for like certain game modes, which I'll cover now. There's a whopping 3 game modes in quick play, and I say quick play because A, I haven't unlocked the rank yet, and B, given the fact that I already unlocked the rank, I just wrote the script before I even did the voiceover work, so I hit it, I hit ranked, it's the same. I don't like rank, so I'm gonna stay my ass away from it. Too many sweats. So, the 3 modes are Convoy. In Convoy, your team will be randomly assigned offense or defense to start. As offense, your objective is to escort a cart or moving object through the map by standing near it, which the defenders will attempt to stop by killing you and your teammates. If the offensive team escorts the convoy to the end of the map within a time limit, they win. In Domination, your team and the enemy team will attack a singular point on one of the handful of small maps. Whoever captures the map must hold it until it reaches 100%. Whoever captures the point will take the lead. The mode will then jump to another small map and repeat the objective. The first team to reach 2 capture points wins. And the last game mode is Convergence. In Convergence, your team will randomly be assigned offense or defense to start. As offense, your objective is to attack the first checkpoint on the map and secure it by standing inside. Defenders will be able to reach the point before you. Their job is to kill any offensive player trying to get in, yada yada. If the offense successfully captures the checkpoint in time, they'll move along the map to the next checkpoint, rinse and repeat. If the offensive team can capture 3 checkpoints in time, they win. These 3 modes take a specific map and they keep it. So for Convoy, it takes the Yggdrasil map and the Spider Island map. For Domination, it takes the Royal Palace, Burning T'Challa, and Hell's Heaven. And Convergent, it gets the rest being Shin Shibuya, Holodaji, and Symbiotic Surface. Side note, the Convergent maps, they're a set of 3 small maps, I believe. Oh no, I take that back. I think that's Domination. Domination is 3 small maps. Convergence is 1 big map that I believe it just leads you along the way. Yeah. So the Domination is 3 small maps. Even with that, the game seems to have a short amount of maps. It's something that you might think, and you would be correct, but you won't actually mind it since the maps are all solid. Granted, some I like more than others. My favorite map so far has to be the Yggdrasil map, and my least favorite is probably Hell's Heaven because of this little stupid area right here. Like it spins and the walls move, whatever. With that being the case, all the maps look great, which leads me to my next point. This game looks and sounds good, if not amazing. From the map designs, the audio sounds, voiceover work, and even the UI, all of it oozes creativity and style. I haven't even mentioned the characters yet. If the maps ooze it, the characters gush it. That shit sounds gross. Each character is a stylized version of themselves, damn near to the max. See, the character design foregoes realism and how realistic the character could be or would be, and they just make them look cool, taking inspiration from the comics, animated TV and movies, games, and just overall imagination compared to the opposite being, you know, having the characters look like they defending the world, i.e. Marvel's Avengers. They had the cast looking like moms and dads doing this for a birthday party. Like if you don't get this Make-A-Wish looking ass Captain America out my face. Shit looks so bad it killed off Guardians of the Galaxy and almost killed Midnight Suns as well. But enough about games that was done dirty. Let's bring it back to this game and how stylized it is. Notice that even looking at the character, they do like a little pop-up. Like when you scroll over them, they do a pop-up animation. It's really cool. Also, clicking them gives them a full animation with like it shows their entire name. I like the Venom one. He looks sick. This is like a real sick screen, sick intro for them. Sick him, and all of them have it, which is really cool. And you might want to go through this, because the most important aspect is shown, not the character, but instead their gameplay. This game is a 5v5. Wait, no, that's Overwatch. I take it back. This is a 6v6 hero shooter, which is kind of weird given the fact that half these niggas don't even have guns. See, the game has 3 classes, being the Vanguard, Duelist, and Strategist. In layman's terms, you got Tank, DPS, and Support. Tank does what it says. It's supposed to be the one in the front taking most, if not all, the damage. DPS is the one giving out damage, and Support is supporting via healing and giving buffs and debuffs. Each character comes with a set of abilities that can be used, but it's not equal across the board. Prime example, Penny Parker and Spider-Man, they have a full kit in the sense of where each button does something for does something. So for Penny, her R2 is attack, circle is her zip web, L2 is her shooting web, is a trap web, R1 is her mines, L1 I think she's dropped something, that's like a web or something, if I'm not mistaken. Her triangle is her team up, she has an ultimate, and yeah, she's just a full kit. I like her. Notice how each button does something. Same thing goes for Spider-Man and other characters, but on the flip side, you have characters like Jeffrey who has less. He has an R2, which is his water stream to heal. L2 is his attack. L1, it lets him go on the ground to escape and heal, or just to move around quickly to increase his mobility. R1 is his bubble balls, which heals your teammates. I also believe it doubles as a debuff if an enemy touches it. He also has a triangle and a circle, depending on the characters on field, as his team up. Also an alt. Actually, not thinking about it, it sounds like he has a lot, but in practice, like it doesn't feel like that. And also say feel, given the fact that Jeffrey is one of the best, if not the best character in the entire game. Speaking of best characters, we have to talk about what makes a character best, and that is combination of both kit and skill. One thing I like about this game is that all characters are viable to a certain extent. For every bad player of a character, there are good ones. Example, I'm not good / I don't like Spider-Man, Captain America, Storm, and Squirrel Girl. Also Black Widow. For a couple reasons. Either A, you have to have a solid aim, or B, you need a team. So for like Black Widow, you need good aim. Spider-Man, you need good aim. Captain America and Storm, as well as Squirrel Girl too, you kind of need to work with a team. If you're not gonna be, you know, if you're not excellent at them, you kind of need a team. Especially Storm, you're gonna need a team. Now, there are people who are gonna be good at them. I'm not one of them. See, coming from a person who only solo queues and whose controller has stick drift, I ain't gonna lie, these characters are my kryptonite. But in the hands of a different person, these characters are lethal. So, they can pick them. I'm gonna pick someone, hopefully. I'm gonna pick somebody else, hopefully someone that has team up. Speaking of team ups, what are they? Well, team ups are special abilities and passives that activate when certain characters are on the team. Prime example, Luna Snow, Jeffrey, and Namor. If Luna is chosen as a character, if another person decides to pick Jeffrey or Namor, they would get a boost. For Jeffrey, he gets the triangle ice ability, which changes his L2 attack to have ice. And for Namor, it also gives him ice, I believe. And for Luna, I believe she gets like a higher damage. And this isn't just unique to them three. There's a total of 15 team ups. So another one would be Hulk, Iron Man, and Doctor Strange, where Hulk infuses both of them with gamma radiation or something. You'll understand certain hero gives something to others as long as they're on the same team. Now, last thing I want to talk about is the MVP and the SVP. MVP, of course, stands for most valuable player on the winning team. That's easy to understand. SVP is one I want to talk about. It stands for second valuable player, and it's given to the best player on the losing team. So you know the woke mob won't call this a participation trophy. Now, it really doesn't do anything for a normal quick play, but to my knowledge, in ranked play, if you get a SVP, the title, it makes it so that you don't lose any points. I think you lose less points for rank, which is cool. It gives you kind of reason to still try your best, even though you might be in a hopeless game and on a hopeless team, and kind of like in comics in general. Speaking of comics, it's time to talk about them, because this game has issues. Before I start, I'm gonna again preference this by saying that I play solo and also on console. Some of these issues are going to be exclusives to me and to my problems, I guess, nigga. So you may find other problems that you might run into that I don't consider it. Blah blah, I'm running my mouth. First off, them story bits. Sorry, why do I have to go and complete challenges just to learn that Spider-Man came from a universe that was overran by vampires? Nigga, I do not care. Second, to even get to that disappointment of a story, you have to complete challenges, which seems easy enough, but the problem is, at least one of them challenges has to do with using a team up attack. And for some reason, niggas ain't trying to do any of that shit. Motherfuckers don't want to help, don't want to be helpful for shit. Matter of fact, I got one more complaint that doesn't have to do with community. Oh, side note, for the challenges, I recommend you go into the player versus AI, so you get set on a team with other players and you go against AI. I find that that's the best way to cracking up them story missions, the team ups. The final complaint about this game that doesn't have to do with the community is that it favors one set of players over everyone else. Like, matter of fact, let's take a look. Do you notice anything? Just take a look. Do you notice it? You notice it? Okay, you notice it. Yes, duelists make up over half of the fucking characters. I believe there's 33, and of them 33, like 18 of them are duelists. And listen, I'm not mad that you have that many. I'm mad that everyone else doesn't have no love. Which is weird, since you have groups that could like fix these problems quite quickly, like the Fantastic Four. Literally on their team, you have the Thing, who's going to be a tank. Sue and Mr. Fantastic could be both specialists. Sue, she could use her ability to make like walls and shit. She could buff and debuff people. And Mr. Fantastic, he could use his stretching to grab enemies and snatch them. Also, he could like bind them up like Penny Parker's web, her web trap. He could also grab teammates to bring them to like his location, or just to take them to theirs, kind of being like a mobile hero that can move characters around. And you can have Johnny just be a duelist. So there you go, you got one tank, 2 specialists, and 1 duelist. You can also do other teams such as like the Inhumans. Like, imagine that big ass dog, I don't know his name. Imagine that as a tank, it would be dope. Also, you have like other characters like Luke Cage, Jessica Jones. They could be tanks. Fucking Colossus. Oh my god. Fucking X-Men. Whatever. I just want more characters for the duelist, for the vanguard, and the strategist. Now, my final complaint. Community as a whole. You niggas suck. From not paying attention to who's on the team leading to a bunch of heroes with no synergy / team ups activated, to having teams that make no fucking sense. In a game where there are 6 players, why the fuck is there 5 duelists out in the field? You know what makes it worse? Is when niggas start complaining that they aren't getting healed while actively running from said healer, getting into another fight before getting anywhere near healed. Also, fuck tanks that don't know when to stop pushing, like my G. You're the Hulk at just a little bit over half health, and you decide to run up to a group of 4 enemies. Make it make sense. Yeah, that's kind of all my problems. Yada. Okay, video over. If you like what you saw and or agree with what you saw, hit that like and subscribe. Also, comment down below how you feel about the game ever since its launch. Also, comment what characters you're looking forward to. I believe there's I believe Blade might be next, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, he's gonna be a duelist, but what could you expect? With that being said, the galaxy needs me. Farewell.
In both face and mind, are free for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, have no face to show. Please don't take off my mask, my disguise.